6 to 12 hypertrophy rep range is a myth. Kind of. Studies show that you can build muscle equally well with all of these rep zones as long as you're pushing close to failure. The study found that 3 sets of 25 to 35 reps was just as good as 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, and the study found that 7 sets of 3 was just as good as 3 sets of 10 for muscle growth. So if you need to use light weights to work around an injury, you'll still build muscle as long as you're pushing hard. And if you prefer to train with lower reps and heavier weight, this will still build muscle too. However, even though they all work in theory, 6 to 12 reps is still my hypertrophy sweet spot, not because it's inherently better, but because it's more practical. Doing only high reps can be very tiring, and doing only low reps makes it hard to do enough volume.
Yeah, I think this video outlines the basics really well. To build muscle, you need to be pushing yourself with resistance training, and it doesn't really matter whether you do 3 to 30 reps, so long as you're providing that muscle with enough stimulus, then you're going to build some muscle, as opposed to if you're not doing that. But I think the key thing to understand here is, yes, we know that there are different rep ranges, and look, listen, I wouldn't be the first person to suggest you do 40, 50 reps on an exercise, because there are other factors that can interfere with our ability to build muscle more so than just our strength. So we have our muscular endurance, right? So when we think about somebody who has got worse muscular endurance or different kind of muscle fibers, for example, so you have type 1 and type 2, somebody might naturally be better at lifting higher reps, because they can lift more reps and their muscles won't fatigue as much. Then you have powerlifters who focus on lower reps, and the goal here is strength building, so it's a lot heavier. Now you always hear, you know, when you're building muscle, lift heavier, and then when you're trying to cut fat, that's when you go high reps. This simply isn't true. So long as you apply stimulus to that muscle, apply progressive overload, and you push yourself, you're going to build some muscle. And then, like the guy in the video says, you need to find a sweet spot that works best for you. If you're somebody that can't do many reps because you don't have the muscular endurance, maybe going on a slightly lower rep range might be better for you. You just have to test the waters. But the most important thing is consistency and making sure that you're showing up to the gym. You've got your diet in place and you're sleeping properly. That is the most important thing, more so than how many sets and reps you're doing within the gym.